Welcome, everybody. Week 31. My name is David Logan. I'm the IT geek here based in Annan, southwest Scotland. With me this week is my crime partner in crime, ex-policeman, Willie Nicol. So, Willie, how are you today and where are you?
I'm very well, David, thanks. No pun intended there, partner in crime. Um, I'm the Techno Dinosaur and also a personal development coach. I'm based near Troon, Ayrshire, Scotland.
Fantastic. So my job in this video series is the IT geek, the guy who takes the difficulty, the technicalities out of technical stuff, the jargon out of technical computers stuff. So, Wally, week 31, question for you. All humans, friends, family, you name it, will have our own specific fear. Whether it's fear of flying, fear of heights. But I want to look at one specific fear. Spiders. I hear that coming up quite a lot. How does one remove that fear?
That's a very good question, David. Just to start off on a general basis, fear is perfectly normal, right? I've talked at length about the fight or flight response. Fear keeps us safe. It keeps us on our toes. We know not to cross the road without looking because we're fear of getting knocked down. Um, Fear can be overcome by logic and reason. We know not to step off the pavement without looking. We know not to go near a burning fire, right? And the fear bit of it, yeah, I'll wait till that dies down a bit. The fear keeps us safe. It's only when the fear develops into, if you like, irrationality, something that's not logical, then it becomes a phobia. So a phobia is almost like a fear on steroids. Fear we can cope with. Phobia becomes something entirely different. So you're talking about spiders, arachnophobia, flying, aviophobia, claustrophobia, etc., etc. So a phobia is a fear which has been exaggerated to the point where it actually has an inhibitive effect on your activities. For example, I have a loft in which there are spiders. My wife and daughter will not go into that loft in case they see a spider. They might not, but in case they do, they won't go there. Other people might not go out at night because they might walk into a spider's web. Or there's a spider in the bath and they can't have a bath because the spider's there. And then there's usually a lot of screaming and shouting, and someone else has to go in and deal with the spider before they can have the bath. So a phobia is a more exaggerated fear which has an impact on the sufferer, which stops them doing what they would ordinarily do.
Good. So when we're born as a 1 day old baby, do we have fears?
That's a very difficult question to answer because they can't articulate that. But my understanding is when we're born, we don't have any fears, right?
So what causes fears?
Well, I think.
Sorry, that's not the right word. It's not what causes. What creates the fears?
Okay. For example, you might have been in an incident which was fearful at the time, not been resolved, and continues to make you afraid. Let's say you're a kid, you were bitten by a dog, and ever after that, you were scared of dogs. And that even went into adulthood. You don't like dogs, you don't be near dogs, right? That was an incident which created the fear which has stayed with you. Another cause of fear could be learned behaviour. For example, my wife's afraid of spiders. My stepdaughter growing up saw that her mum was afraid of spiders and just naturally assumed it was the right thing to do to be afraid of spiders. So that's what they call learned behaviour or absorbed behaviour. Right? These are two of the very basic causes of the fear which turns into the irrational phobia. There are many more causes, but I'll leave it simplistically at that just now.
Great, fantastic. Amazing how we grew up with no fear. Youngsters can jump off settees, jump off from heights, no fear. And then as we grow up, that fear grows into us.
I think, yes. I think,
which I think is down to life experience.
There are two things that we continue to fear, which is falling over, and I can't remember the second one. But fear of heights, for example. Kids, they'll jump off trees and God knows what all, right? If they break their leg, probably they'll not do that again. So it's either learned behaviour or something's happened to you to create that fear. And if that stays with you, it can be positively debilitating. We know people have claustrophobia, fear of small spaces, agoraphobia, fear of large spaces. So there are people who don't go out of their house because they're frightened of the outside, or they won't go into a small room because they feel claustrophobic, or they won't go on a plane because they're frightened of flying. That phobia inhibits them from doing something that maybe 95% of the population would do without thinking. So that's when it holds you back from a normal activity. The fear having become a phobia, the phobia is holding you back, if you like, but there are ways to deal with it.
Fantastic, Willie. Great. I think that'll do us for this week.
Okay,
that's okay with you?
Yeah, sure. One thing I would say is you don't have to live with a fear or a phobia. There are techniques which can overcome that. It may not happen in a flash, but it can be overcome. And when people are able to leave their house and go out, or able to go into confined spaces, or walk on a plane to have a holiday, right? Would that be life-changing? Would that expand their options? Of course it would. So don't suffer in silence, as it were. There are ways these fears and phobias can be overcome. Just ask me.
Thank you, Willie. Thanks a lot for your answer and replying back to unprepared questions. It's always good to keep you on the hop. So to the viewer, if you've got fears of flying, fears of heights, fears of spiders, or fears of enclosed spaces like myself, speak to Willie. I'll just give him all a thought for a fortnight's video. So to the viewer, thank you for listening. Thank you for following. If you've got any questions or any suggestions, drop in the comments down below. Comments on the website, comments on YouTube channel, put them on LinkedIn. If they're private, send us a private message or a direct message, as we call them, to either of us. I'm sure if you can't contact one of us, you can contact the other. To you, the viewer, we need more subscribers on YouTube. Subscribe down here, please. Final words. I'm sure you'll say the same as well, Willie. Be safe, stay healthy as we go into winter. Best thing of all, have a great weekend all. Thank you, David Logan, the IT Geek.
Yes, thank you, David. I will reiterate that. Have a great week and weekend when it comes. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself warm. And it's goodbye from me, Willie, the Techno Dinosaur. Goodbye.